Audrey Alison, and this is your March 2015 forecast for the month. I'm happy to be here. Thank you for joining me, and thank you for tuning in general and subscribing and liking and sharing these posts. I really appreciate the support. I want to start off the top of the month with an aspect. On the 3rd of March, we have some beautiful energy that's happening between Jupiter, who's stationed in Leo, who is trining Uranus, who's stationed in Aries. So for you, between Leo and Aries, obviously Uranus is with you, and it's probably causing ups and downs, positive upheaval and bizarre upheaval, but this is affecting your 1st and 5th house. The 5th house of children and creativity, and the 5th house is a playful house, which is governed naturally by Leo on the solar wheel. So a trine is also a harmonious aspect. To have Jupiter trining Uranus, it could be sudden or shocking, which is Uranus, bursts of luck, which is Jupiter in the 5th, luck with the children. Actually, 5th house is also gambling and sports and fun, adventure, how you play, leisure. So if you have any itch to gamble, Jupiter will be trining Uranus at an exact 14 degrees, which is almost exactly halfway between the signs. So you might have some luck here on the 3rd of March. Be reasonable and responsible, but it might be a good day for a ticket. Now, your 12th house this month is activated a lot, which is the sign of Pisces, the sign right before you. Mercury and Neptune and the Sun and Chiron are all hanging out in Pisces for you in your 12th house. You probably had a very introspective month last month and continuing to do so in March as the astrological year comes to an end. For March 20th, we start our new astrological year, and your birthday's coming up. So this is a very quiet time, 6 weeks or so before your solar return. The energy of the physical self needs recuperative rest to start out the first of the year. We have our full moon on March 5th after Jupiter's trining Uranus, which is a very positive aspect. Our full moon is again at 14 degrees Virgo on the 5th of March. This is your 6th house of health and daily routine. There might be an awareness in the 6th house sector for you, Aries. What do you need to take care of? How is your health? Do you need to spend more time focusing on how you're organizing the structure of your day? The 6th house is the daily routine. It is also the workout regimen. How are you taking care of your body? The full moon might bring an awareness. You might notice a little soreness and need to adjust accordingly, need to get, stretching and into yoga. Otherwise, the full moon is also your work, your daily 9 to 5, the schedule of the routine hours of your day. So you could find that you are shifting this up. Maybe some of this scheduling is coming to an end. The full moon does bring an ending. So something might be alleviating the schedule, and you could make room for other things that you're interested in. On the 12th of March, Mercury is entering Pisces, the sign right before you. Mercury, communications, but in a very quiet sector. 12th house of dreams, the 12th house of secrets. So your intuition is very strong now. You could actually receive information through dreams with Mercury in the 12th. So heed them. Try not to go to sleep at the end of March with too much alcohol or pills in the system, because it affects your REM, your dream sleep. So you could be missing some things if you're a little too liquefied when you go to bed. So pay attention to what messages you're getting with Mercury in the 12th. I love when Mercury transits my 12th house. I really generally sleep with a notepad next to my bed, but definitely when Mercury's in the 12th. On the 16th, we are having some energy with our Uranus-Pluto square. This is the final exact square at 15 degrees on the 16th between your 1st, with Uranus stationed with you, and your 10th house of career, recognition, retirement. You could find that there is tension in the career, or you might find that someone is taking credit where credit isn't due. maybe taking your limelight a little bit away. It's just something I'm channeling, something I'm feeling with the 1st and 10th house and how this energy could affect that in a not so pleasant way. Or maybe you were planning on retiring at a certain date and there's a little bit of tension around that schedule. Following the 16th, on the 17th, Venus makes her transit into Taurus. This is your 2nd house of finance. I love this for you, Aries, because, you know, Venus is also money in addition to love. So Venus entering your 2nd house of finance, of money, this is an amazing boost. She'll be there the remainder of March and halfway through April for you, mid-April. So take advantage of savings and the money sector because Venus will be beautifying this for you. It should be very positive for your income. On the 20th, we are having our first day of spring in the northern hemisphere. So it's the vernal equinox for the north, and the south is having their autumnal equinox, but this is also a new moon solar eclipse on the first astrological day of the year. It's at 29 degrees Pisces, just at the tail end cusp of the Aries Pisces cusp. So this will affect your 12th house and 1st house, the end of where you hold 29 degrees Pisces in your natal chart. Now, this is a solar forecast. However, this is very, very accurate for Aries rising. You know, you should always watch your ascendant forecast in astrology because the ascendant governs the 1st house on your natal astrological wheel, your chart. The sun also, though, watching your solar scopes has a positive influence on you. But this is a huge day on the 20th. You know, there's an eclipse, so no magic on that day. You want to chill out on the candle work if you're doing that. Eclipse energy can get very haywire. So, but also this is just such a beginning, you know, to start off the new year with a bang. It's pretty positive. The new moon on the first day of spring. So this is beautiful, but this is a quiet time for Aries, affecting your 12th house of spirituality and dreams and psychic ability. And just going inward. I apologize for the weed whacker guy next door. He's kind of going ape shit right now, so my apologies because he's just about to cross. For this solar eclipse, I don't think this is a party day for you, Aries. You know, the sun is entering Aries for you, so it's the first day for you. But you're going inward. You're retreating with the 12th house activated. I'm going to pause this and be back. I don't want to put you through this. Hi again. I'm back. I apologize. He's still here, but it's not as loud. So after our solar eclipse where you're retreating and you're honing it in a little bit, you're about to burst out of your shell towards the last week of March because the sun is now entering your sign. It's your new moon almost, you know, it's 29 degrees and it's just so close to it affecting the 1st house energy on the wheel. So I love this for you because it's almost like Happy New Year, you know, Happy New Year to you, Aries. It's all about you. It usually is in March, but it's not that often we start off our first day of spring with a new moon solar eclipse. So it's a huge day. I'm looking forward to it, actually. On the 30th now, Mercury makes his transit into your sign. So the communication planet is with you. The sun is with you. Neptune's been in Pisces right before you, but in Pisces before you, conjunct Chiron. So Mercury and the sun leave that energy and leave those two in the 12th house and go into your 1st house. You're communicating. It's a great time for job interviews. Great time to date, express yourself, interview your dating, you know, potential mates as well. Mercury has you very well understood and coming across great to others smoothly. And again, amazing for people in work positions that need to impress authority. Your 10th house of career is activated. So, you know, in the Uranus-Pluto energy. So Mercury could be there smoothing over any tensions with authority figures. You come across very well with them. On the 31st, Mars enters Taurus. So where he'll meet up with Venus conjunct. Your money is on fire, okay? So between Venus in the second house of money and then Mars stimulating that sector at the end of the month all through April and through May, this is very good for your finances to pick up, Aries. So let's see what happens in the tarot for you this month. You might get some coin cards. There's a few that are popping out. I'll leave to the side. But this should be very active for you, for those Arians really honing in on their work and putting forward a lot of energy and getting your career off the ground and getting recognized and getting creative. For those of you who work from home, that Jupiter-Uranus trine is affecting the 5th house of creativity. For those of you artists, musicians who are, putting out records, who are acting, beautiful energy. Here's your tarot spread, Aries, for the month. And if you'd like a personal reading with me that's very detailed to you, you can reach me at audreyallison.com. First card, Judgment. Second card is the Four of Swords. King of Coins. We knew that was coming with Mars and Venus in your second house. And, here it is. The Ace of Coins, March 20th, the first day of spring. This card means the first day of spring. Now, this is the card that flew out, Empress. Okay, Aries, this definitely is regarding your 5th house of creativity, but it's also the 5th house of children. So you're fertile at this time, and you are fertile with the Ace of Coins and the Empress. So wrap it up if you don't want to deal with all that. Okay, now these also in the last pile came through, and I'm reading them as well. So, and here we go. The 8 of Coins, work, hard work, getting paid what you're due. The Hermit, retreating in the 12th house. And the 2 of Wands, which is actually a very passionate love card, one lover lost in the other. But it's also Mercury and Venus. Do you see on the cards the symbol of the planets? That's why I love using the alchemical deck. There's the sign of Mercury, and Venus is down at the bottom. Now, if I look at your transits, the card's speaking to me. It's indicating, Mercury's transit twice this month, Pisces and Aries. So Pisces, the quiet hermit, the 12th house for you. And Aries, Ace of Coins is initiating something new, and Aries is also fire. So let me read these all together, because how I'm interpreting this is actually, Judgment. There's a recalling of the past, a nostalgia, perhaps remembering either someone or some method, some form. Your thoughts are lit up. The 4 of Swords is either a man thinking of you or representing you thinking of someone else. But you're recalling the past, and it could be involving a lover from the past that you're trying to call forward, perhaps someone that you've had a child with. Or you could be actually thinking and focusing, recalling the past regarding money and career and what made you happy. The King of Coins is mastering your environment and occupation. So your cards are very much focused on making a living and having your earnings increase. The 8 of Coins is getting what you're due. And, also with some of your thought cards that came up first, the mind is a very powerful thing, Aries. So watch your thoughts. What you are focusing on, you will manifest. So it better be positive, better be good. And if you are thinking too much about someone from the past that you can't obtain currently, you really need to release that and open yourself up for someone new and current, or just remove the energy and be prepared for newness. The Ace of Coins is a new endeavor, and it's also the first day of spring. It's springtime, and it's possibly a new job. It could also be a new level of job, a new promotion, a new status, a new title. Well, I hope this was helpful for you, Aries. My name is Audrey Allison. I'm wishing you a beautiful March. Happy spring, happy birthday, and I will see you next month. Have a sweet day. Bye.